What if I told you your body is obeying every word you speak? When you say, "I'm exhausted," your cells hear it as law. When you say, "I am strong," your DNA unlocks codes of renewal. This isn't fantasy, it's biology. In this video, you'll discover how breath, affirmation, and vision can command your body to heal, restore, and thrive. Your words are not empty, they're blueprints. And today you learn how to use them. Every human being wakes each morning inside an atmosphere of their own creation. You might believe you are stepping into the weather of the sky, but before your first glance at clouds or sun, you have already entered the weather of your words. What you declare within yourself becomes the field you walk through. Some people rise into a thunderstorm. "I can't do this again. My body is failing. Today will be miserable." Others rise into clear skies. "I am supported. My body is listening." This is a day of renewal. The body, ever obedient, responds as if these words were commands written into law. This is not poetry. This is biology. Words are vibrational carriers shaping the tone and chemistry of the cells that receive them. When you speak, you are broadcasting instruction into your inner world. Just as radio signals influence the receiver tuned to their frequency, your speech imprints itself onto your organs, tissues, and blood. What you repeat with emotion is what your body begins to organize itself around. Here lies the law. Your spoken field becomes your cellular reality. Every decree spoken with intention or muttered in habit sets into motion biochemical adjustments. Tell yourself, "I am exhausted," and neurotransmitters follow with fatigue. Tell yourself, "I recover swiftly," and repair pathways open like morning flowers. Your body is neutral until your words instruct it. The ancient texts knew this truth. "In the beginning was," the word says Scripture, not as metaphor, but as blueprint. Creation begins in sound. The cosmos itself is described as vibration called into form. On a smaller scale, your body mirrors this principle. Each word you pronounce is a beginning. Each declaration is the seed of a physiology. When you say, "I am sick," you are not merely describing, you are legislating. When you say, "I am healing," you are not wishing, you are commanding. Yet many of us speak without awareness, and this unconscious speech becomes self-sabotage. Think of the common phrases we throw about casually. "This headache is killing me, I'm falling apart, I'll never get better." Imagine speaking those sentences not to yourself, but to a child you love. Would you curse a child with, "You'll never recover"? Of course not. Yet your organs are childlike in their loyalty. They believe what you tell them. Speak cruelty, and they shrink. Speak blessing, and they flourish. The pain point is real. Most people have been conditioned to believe that honesty equals accuracy. "I'm just telling it like it is," they say, when describing pain or limitation. But honesty that only reports the present is not authority. Authority declares the future. If you only describe your suffering, you guarantee its repetition. To rise into authority, you must speak what you desire as though it were already written into law. "I am whole. My heart beats with strength. My skin radiates health. My mind is clear." These are not lies. They are leadership. Biology is listening for leadership. Your nervous system is waiting for rhythm. Your immune cells are waiting for instructions. When you step into the role of speaker, not as a panic petitioner, but as a sovereign governor, you shift the atmosphere of your own body. A decree spoken with steady rhythm has measurable effects: slower heart rate stabilized, cortisol improved digestion, muscular relaxation. The change begins subtle, like a slight turn in wind, but over weeks and months it becomes climate. Repetition is the engine of this law. One positive statement spoken once is like a spark in the night, bright but fleeting. But the same statement spoken daily becomes wiring, carrying current, until whole rooms light up. Neuroscience calls this neuroplasticity pathways, strengthen where attention and repetition flow. Spiritual tradition calls it prayer without ceasing. The principle is the same: you become what you decree consistently. This truth carries a sobering implication. If you can curse yourself into weakness, you can bless yourself into strength. If you can talk your way into disease, you can talk your way into order. The field you walk in tomorrow will be built by the words you pronounce tonight. The weather of your body is not random. It is forecast by your speech. So begin to notice. Listen to the soundtrack of your day. What phrases repeat when you are stressed? What decrees spill out when you are tired? Collect them not to shame yourself, but to reveal the field you are generating. Then, with deliberate authority, replace them. I can't take this becomes I remain centered. My stomach always betrays me becomes my digestion is calm and trustworthy. I never heal becomes my repair is swift and sure. Each replacement is a new law, a new pattern in the field. If you feel resistance, do not worry. The body has been trained by years of hostile speech. It may hesitate to believe kindness at first. Keep speaking. The law of repetition will override old patterns. Cells are loyal servants. They adapt to the most consistent voice. Make sure that voice is yours, filled with blessing, charged with authority. This is the law of the spoken field. Words create, weather shapes, biology forms, destiny. What you speak today is what you will walk in tomorrow. Speak not as a beggar hoping for relief, but as a governor commanding order. Let your words rise each morning, like the sun establishing light in every cell. Say it, mean it, repeat it. The field will obey, because atoms bend to the sound of authority. Every system of your body is like a workforce faithfully showing up each day waiting for instructions. The heart pumps without complaint. The liver filters, the skin repairs, the stomach churns, all according to directives it has received from both biology and belief. If those directives are outdated, distorted, or hostile, the workforce continues to obey anyway. This is why so many people feel trapped. Their bodies are still following scripts written years ago by pain, trauma, or careless words. To step into healing, you must not only stop harmful decrees, you must rewrite the cellular directives. Think of it this way: every statement you repeat becomes a line in the manual your body consults. When you declare, "I am always tired," you inscribe a rule. When you sigh, "I never recover quickly," another line is added. Over time, these lines accumulate until your body operates as if bound by them. The directives may not be true in an ultimate sense, but the body doesn't argue. It simply carries out what has been codified. The tragedy is that many of these instructions were not chosen consciously. They came from overheard family phrases, medical prognoses, spoken without hope, or the resigned chatter of friends. But now, awareness gives you the power to edit the manual. The first step in rewriting directives is recognition. For 3 days, become a scribe of your own speech. Carry a notebook or open a note file on your phone. Each time you catch yourself saying something about your body, whether aloud or silently, record it. Don't censor or excuse. Write the exact line. "My knees are useless. I'm weak in the mornings. I always get sick when the seasons change." At the end of each day, read over what you have written. The effect is startling. You begin to see how often you are programming your biology with words of limitation. What you thought were casual remarks reveal themselves as commands. The second step is translation. Once you have identified the directives you no longer wish to keep, you must craft new ones. But here is where many people stumble. Vague affirmations lack authority. Telling yourself, "I feel great," when you clearly do not, creates inner conflict. Cells respond best to directives that are both specific and life-giving. For example, "My knees are useless" becomes, "My knees are learning stability and strength every day." "I'm weak in the mornings" becomes, "My mornings open with steady energy." "I always get sick when the seasons change" becomes, "My immune system adapts swiftly and protects me in every season." Notice the shift. The new directive does not deny reality, but it reframes it toward healing. It provides the body with a trajectory instead of a prison. The third step is ritualization. Directives must be delivered consistently to overwrite the old script. The subconscious mind respects ceremony. Attach each directive to an ordinary habit: brushing your teeth, washing your hands, pouring water, stepping outside. For instance, as you brush your teeth, you might declare, "Every cell in my mouth and gums is radiant with health." As you wash your hands, "My body is cleansed and renewed." As you step into sunlight, vitality floods my blood. Over time, these moments become anchors. Your body begins to anticipate instruction at these times, and the directives sink deeper with less effort. Of course, there will be resistance. You may feel silly at first. Your body may even flare with old symptoms as if to test your resolve. This is not failure. This is proof that the old directives are being challenged. When this happens, do not retreat into despair. Instead, reaffirm with calm authority, even now my system is learning a new directive. Even now order is being restored. Think of it as teaching an animal that has been mistreated. It may not trust kindness immediately, but with patience, loyalty grows. Visualization amplifies this process. When you declare, "My digestion is calm and efficient," imagine a river flowing smoothly, carrying nutrients without blockage. When you speak, "My heart beats with strength and rhythm," see a powerful drum keeping steady time, sending waves of life through your body. When you affirm, "My immune system adapts swiftly," picture an army of luminous guardians moving intelligently through your blood. The images give the directives texture, shape, and potency. Cells thrive when they are supplied with not only instruction, but also vision. Another key element is gratitude. Gratitude tells your body the directive is already in motion. When you finish a decree, seal it with thanks. Thank you, knees, for learning strength. Thank you, heart, for your faithful rhythm. Gratitude relaxes, the nervous system reduces resistance, and opens the body to cooperate with the new order. It transforms command into communion, an exchange of love between you and your cells. Finally, expect setbacks, but refuse to enshrine them. If an old phrase slips from your lips, "I'll never get better," do not panic. Simply cancel it aloud. That was the old directive. Cancel. Replace. Then speak the new command. This shows your subconscious that you, not habit, are in charge. Each correction reinforces your authority. Over time, the old directives fade, like erased chalk, and the new ones remain etched in stone. Rewriting cellular directives is not a weekend exercise. It is a lifelong practice of leadership, but the results are profound. Many discover that fatigue lifts, digestion steadies, or chronic pain softens. Others notice emotional resilience increasing, or fear losing its grip. These are not coincidences. They are the natural outcome of a new manual being read and obeyed by your biology. Your body is not your enemy. It has never resisted you. It has only obeyed the commands it received. If those commands were harsh, your body bore the burden. If they were careless, your body carried confusion. Now you have the opportunity to give clear, loving, authoritative instructions. Your cells are ready to listen. Take up the pen of your speech and write a new future into the very fabric of your flesh. Words only gain power when they move from theory into practice. A law is not effective simply because it exists on paper. It must be enacted, enforced, and lived. In the same way, the law of the spoken field becomes real only when you apply it daily. Your body is listening all the time, but without rhythm and structure, your words lose momentum. Authority requires routine. To guide your cells into harmony, you need a protocol, a steady, repeatable pattern that programs your biology with precision. A daily protocol does not need to be complicated. In fact, simplicity is its strength. Think of it as 3 sacred beats that shape the rhythm of your day: morning, ignition, midday recalibration, and night sealing. Each beat is short, focused, and charged with authority. If practiced consistently, these moments become like anchors dropped into the sea of your subconscious, holding you steady, no matter how rough the surface waters become. Beat 1: morning ignition. The first words you speak each day set the atmosphere of your biology. Too many people begin by scrolling through headlines, checking messages, or rehearsing yesterday's stress. Their bodies are thrown immediately into reaction with cortisol rising and anxiety leading the way. To ignite your day properly, you must speak before the world speaks to you. Upon waking, sit upright, place one hand on your chest and one on your abdomen, and take 3 slow breaths. Then declare your master decree. Every cell of my body obeys the law of health and harmony. I decree strength, clarity, and peace flow through me now. Say it aloud with steadiness. Feel the vibration in your chest as though the sound itself were knocking on the doors of your organs. Afterward, address one specific system by name. Heart beat in calm rhythm, skin shine with health, stomach digest with ease. By doing this daily, you condition your body to expect order every morning. The nervous system begins its work not in chaos, but under authority. This ignition ritual takes less than 5 minutes, yet it programs your biology for hours. It is the equivalent of setting the thermostat before the heat of the day. Once the tone is established, the system adjusts itself to remain in balance. Beat 2 midday recalibration. Even with the best intentions, daily pressures chip away at your field. Emails, pile-up conversations trigger old frustrations and fatigue creeps in. By noon, many people unconsciously slip back into negative decrees. I'm drained. I can't keep up. This is too much. Midday recalibration prevents drift. It recenters your biology before small cracks become deep fractures. Set a discrete alarm or calendar reminder at midday. Step aside, even if only for 2 minutes. Sit upright, inhale slowly through the nose for 6 counts, hold for 6, and exhale for 6. Then speak a situational directive that matches the stress point of your day. If overwhelmed, my mind is clear and focused. If fatigued, my body renews energy swiftly. If anxious, peace governs my nervous system. Repeat the phrase 3 times, then close with, I return to order. This brief act resets the chemical flow in your bloodstream. Cortisol begins to subside, serotonin and dopamine rise, and the body remembers the morning ignition. Instead of drifting further into chaos, you realign yourself. Over time, midday recalibration becomes as natural as eating lunch, a built-in reminder that you are the one issuing commands, not the environment. Beat 3 night seal. Perhaps the most overlooked window of influence is the moment before sleep. At night, the critical mind softens and the subconscious opens wide. What you feed it in these moments becomes the blueprint it works on for hours while you rest. Too often, people drift into sleep, rehearsing fears, reviewing failures, or drowning in screens. Their subconscious is left to process chaos, and the body repairs itself under confusion. To change this, you must seal the night with authority. As you lie in bed, place a hand over your heart, breathe deeply 3 times, and speak your nocturnal directive. During the night, every cell of my body receives the instruction for perfect repair. Harmony is restored as I rest. Repeat it slowly 12 times. With each repetition, visualize golden light traveling through your bloodstream, touching every tissue with renewal. Feel gratitude, as though the repair has already happened. If you fall asleep mid-practice, rejoice. Your subconscious continues the work as you rest. This seal closes the day with clarity, ensuring that your final words, not stray worries, become the dominant command. By repeating this nightly, you train your subconscious to prioritize healing over anxiety. Many discover they wake with lighter bodies, clearer minds, and renewed strength. The crisis protocol. Even with a daily rhythm, emergencies come sudden pain, fear, or overwhelming stress. In such moments, you need a protocol you can apply anywhere. This is the crisis protocol. A 90-second reset. 1. Place your hand over your chest. 2. Inhale for 6 counts. Exhale for 8, twice. 3. Speak your core authority line 3 times. I am centered. I am calm. I am strong. 4. Give one targeted command. Pain reduces now, or heart rate steadies now. 5. Exhale, audibly releasing tension from jaw, shoulders, and gut. This mini ritual interrupts spirals of fear and places your biology back under authority. Practice it regularly so that when crisis arises, it becomes second nature. Tracking the results. Keep a small log of your practice. Each night, jot down 1 or 2 observations, energy level, pain, mood, or digestion. Circle improvements, however small. This record proves to your logical mind that change is happening. Doubt loses its grip when evidence accumulates. You are not just hoping, you are governing, and your biology is recording the results. Final word, a daily protocol is not superstition. It is structure. Just as exercise sculpts the body, spoken directives sculpt the field in which cells live. Without routine, your words scatter like seeds on dry ground. With routine, they root, sprout, and flourish. Morning ignition, midday recalibration, and night seal, 3 simple beats that can rewrite the rhythm of your entire body. Practice them faithfully, and you will discover that authority is not a fleeting inspiration, but a daily inheritance. Your cells are waiting. Issue the decree. Inside every cell of your body lies a library older than memory, a library written in spirals of light and chemistry, a library called DNA. For generations, it was believed that this library was sealed, that its books were written once and for all by ancestry, leaving you powerless to change the story. The old view said you were the prisoner of your genes, the heir to your parents' illnesses, the captive of whatever was locked inside those double helixes. But new understanding, both in science and in ancient spiritual wisdom, declares something different. Genes are not tyrants, they are servants. They wait for command. And the key that unlocks their obedience is imagination. When people hear the word imagination, they often think of daydreaming or fantasy. But imagination is not a child's pastime. It is the workshop of creation, the drafting table of biology, the laboratory of the subconscious. What you see in your inner world, what you rehearse with emotion and conviction, becomes instruction for your cells. The subconscious cannot tell the difference between an actual event and one vividly imagined. This is why athletes train with visualization, why musicians rehearse pieces silently and still improve, why patients given sugar pills often heal as though they had received medicine. The image, when felt as real, becomes a directive. The pain point for most people is that their imagination is working against them. They run endless mental movies of disaster, failure, pain, and loss. They picture themselves weak, sick, aging poorly, or never recovering. And because these images are repeated with deep emotion, fear, anxiety, shame, the subconscious treats them as true. Hormones release, inflammation rises, repair halts. The body faithfully follows a blueprint of decline because that is the design handed to it. Imagination is always a key, but when turned in the wrong direction, it opens doors to decay. But you can turn the key differently. The same power that cements sickness can release vitality. The same imagination that rehearses pain can design healing. When you picture yourself standing tall, breathing freely, laughing without fatigue, and you feel gratitude as though it is happening now, you send your DNA a new set of instructions. You say to the hidden library, open the book of strength, open the book of stamina, open the book of clarity. The cells obey. Slowly, quietly, sometimes imperceptibly at first, they begin to transcribe the new story. Over weeks and months, chemistry adjusts, tissues respond, habits align. What began as imagination becomes incarnation. Science calls this epigenetics, the study of how behavior, thought, and environment can turn genes on or off. But long before the word epigenetics was coined, mystics and prophets were teaching the same principle: as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. What you imagine with faith writes itself into flesh. Modern research only confirms what ancient wisdom proclaimed you are. Not chained to your ancestry, you are shaping it. To use imagination effectively, detail is essential. Vague affirmations like "I want to be healthy" are too thin. The subconscious requires blueprints, not slogans. See yourself climbing stairs without pain. Hear the sound of laughter leaving your mouth. Feel the sun warming strong skin. Smell the freshness of clear breath. Taste food digested with ease. Every sense engaged in the vision makes it more convincing, more real, more commanding. The subconscious, presented with such detail, responds as though it were fact. And because biology follows subconscious direction, the body begins shifting toward the picture. Equally vital is emotion. Cells do not respond to words alone. They respond to the chemistry words generate. If you visualize health while secretly feeling desperation, your body hears the desperation more loudly than the health. Instead, anchor your vision in gratitude. Gratitude is powerful because it assumes the outcome is already accomplished. When you feel grateful for healing as though it has already arrived, your subconscious instructs your biology to align with that reality. Gratitude reduces resistance, calms stress hormones, and creates the internal environment in which repair flourishes. Practice is the third element. Imagination must be repeated daily to ingrain itself into the subconscious. Just as one gym workout does not change the body, one burst of visualization will not rewire your biology. But 3 to 5 minutes each morning and evening faithfully repeated begins to carve new pathways. Short, consistent sessions are more powerful than long, inconsistent ones. Think of it as watering a seed. Too much water at once floods the soil, but steady watering produces growth. Skeptics may dismiss this, calling it fantasy. But every breakthrough in history began as imagination. The airplane, the telephone, the light bulb, each existed first in the inner world before appearing in the outer one. If this is true of machines, how much more of your own body, which was designed to respond directly to thought you imagine, and the workshop of your biology sets to work. Imagination is not superstition. It is participation in creation. So pause and test it now. Close your eyes. Picture yourself 1 year from today, strong and vibrant. Where are you standing? What are you doing with your body that feels impossible today? Who is smiling back at you? How does the air feel in your lungs? How does your face glow? Do not beg for this picture, decree it. Whisper to your cells. This is the blueprint. This is the chapter we open now. And believe that the library within you is stirring, pulling volumes of instruction off shelves it had left untouched for decades. Your imagination is not a toy. It is a key. It fits the lock of your DNA, a lock that is waiting to be turned. Turn it toward life. Turn it daily. And watch as your biology begins to write in flesh the vision you once held only in spirit. Every transformation in the body begins as a cycle of 3 forces: image, emotion, and instruction. These 3 are inseparable. The image creates a picture for the subconscious to follow. The emotion supplies the chemistry that makes the picture believable, and the instruction seals the blueprint with authority. When these 3 elements operate together, they form a loop, a circuit of creation that rewrites the responses of your DNA and trains your biology to embody a new reality. The reason so many attempts at healing declarations fail is that one or more of these elements is missing. Some people recite words without vision. They say, "I am healthy," but picture themselves sick, exhausted, and weak. The subconscious obeys the image, not the hollow words. Others imagine themselves strong but carry the emotion of despair or fear. The body obeys the chemistry of despair, not the dream of strength. Still, others picture and feel vividly, but never speak instruction aloud. Without language, the vision remains foggy and unsealed. True transformation requires all 3 working in harmony. Let us begin with image. The subconscious communicates in pictures, not paragraphs. A phrase alone is like a seed without soil. But when you see yourself in detail, walking with confidence, breathing deeply, laughing freely, you hand the subconscious a photograph. This photograph becomes the reference it consults. If you provide no image, your subconscious will use the last picture it has stored, often drawn from memories of pain or limitation. That is why deliberate visualization is critical. You must supply fresh images, so your subconscious is not recycling old, destructive ones. Now consider emotion. Emotion is the fuel of creation. Every image is judged by your subconscious as true or false depending on the chemistry it produces. Imagine yourself healthy while feeling skeptical, and the body hears the skepticism more clearly than the vision. Imagine yourself healing while feeling gratitude and joy, and the body interprets the vision as already true. Gratitude in particular is a master key. When you feel thankful as though healing has already occurred, your brain releases neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin, your immune system becomes more responsive, and your cells shift into repair mode. Emotion makes the image believable. Finally, instruction. Words are the stamp of authority. They transform imagination from a wish into a law. A vision held silently is like a draft of a letter never sent. When you speak the directive aloud, my heart beats in perfect rhythm, my skin is clear and radiant, my body is aligned with harmony. You seal the vision. The vibration of your voice carries the command into your nervous system. Your cells register tone, rhythm, and conviction. Whispered with faith, or spoken with strength, the instruction finalizes the loop. When image, emotion, and instruction align, a circuit is formed. The image provides blueprint, the emotion provides energy, the instruction provides law. Together, they loop, continuously reinforcing each other. Each time you visualize with gratitude and speak aloud, the subconscious strengthens the program. Neurons fire together, synapses wire together, hormones adjust, and genes respond. This loop practiced daily becomes the default pattern your body follows. Instead of repeating the old loop of fear, pain, and complaint, you are generating a new loop of health, vitality, and resilience. Pain arises when people unknowingly create destructive loops. They imagine sickness, feel fear, and instruct themselves with negative declarations. The loop becomes self-fulfilling. The immune system weakens, stress hormones dominate, digestion falters. This is not fate, it is programming. Once you see that you have been caught in a harmful loop, you can break it. Awareness itself is liberation. The moment you catch yourself saying, "I always get sick in winter," you can stop, cancel, and replace. "I adapt swiftly to every season. My immunity is strong." Then you imagine yourself walking through cold air with vitality, feel the gratitude of health, and declare the instruction aloud. The loop is rewritten. To strengthen the loop, use small rituals throughout the day. In the morning, picture your body filled with light. Feel joy rising in your chest and say, "Today, my cells radiate energy." At midday, visualize your organs working in harmony. Feel gratitude for their service and declare, "Every system functions with ease." At night, imagine golden repair washing through. You feel peace and whisper during the night, "I am renewed." Repetition reinforces the loop until it operates automatically. Another way to reinforce the loop is to anchor it in action. While exercising, imagine muscles growing strong, feel pride in their ability, and say, "Strength multiplies with each movement." While eating, visualize food turning into clean energy. Feel gratitude for nourishment and say, "This meal fuels vitality." While resting, picture cells repairing, feel relief, and say, "I restore swiftly as I rest." By tying the loop to actions, you create embodied instructions that the subconscious cannot ignore. Over time, the image, emotion, instruction loop becomes more natural than the old patterns. What once required effort becomes automatic. Instead of defaulting to worry, your subconscious defaults to vision. Instead of feeling despair, you feel gratitude. Instead of muttering curses, you speak blessings. This is the real work of transformation, not forcing a single miracle moment, but training your inner circuits to run new loops every day until they become your permanent atmosphere. The loop is simple, but do not underestimate its power. The body is constantly listening, constantly adjusting. Each time you complete the loop with clarity, you bend biology a little more toward order. Each time you repeat it, the groove deepens. In weeks, you may notice lighter moods. In months, improved recovery. In years, a new way of being. What began as discipline becomes second nature, and what began as imagination becomes embodiment. You hold the key to this cycle. Provide the image, charge it with emotion, seal it with instruction. Do it daily. Do it faithfully. Soon your subconscious will accept the new loop as law, and your DNA will open chapters of the library that match your decree. The loop is not theory, it is practice. It is the rhythm of creation operating in your very cells. Change is not a single lightning strike. It is the steady rewiring of pathways. The subconscious accepts new commands through repetition, and repetition requires structure. 21 days has long been recognized as a cycle sufficient to establish a new pattern in mind and body. In neuroscience, it is enough time to strengthen neural pathways. In spiritual tradition, it is long enough for prayer to become habit. In cellular biology, it is a full cycle of renewal for many tissues. To unlock the hidden library of your DNA, you can follow a simple but powerful 21-day activation sequence designed to install new directives and awaken dormant potential. The foundation of this sequence is rhythm. Each day contains 3 deliberate practices: morning ignition, midday reinforcement, and evening sealing. These are not long rituals. Each requires less than 10 minutes. The power lies in consistency, not duration. When practiced faithfully for 3 weeks, this rhythm ingrains itself into the subconscious, and the body begins to operate by the new script as though it had always known it. Morning ignition is the key to opening the day with order. Each morning, before engaging with technology or conversation, sit quietly, breathe deeply, and visualize light filling your body from head to toe. Imagine each strand of DNA receiving sunlight as though tiny scrolls were being unrolled in every cell. As you hold this image, speak aloud your master directive. Every strand of my DNA receives the command for health, harmony, and vitality. I awaken the codes of strength and resilience within me. Repeat this 3 times slowly with conviction. Then choose one specific system, heart, lungs, skin, digestion, and give it a precise instruction. Lungs, breathe freely. Heart, beat with strength. Skin, shine with clarity. By beginning this way, you establish authority before the world has a chance to sow confusion. Midday reinforcement prevents drift. Set aside 2 minutes around noon to recalibrate. Close your eyes. Breathe in for 6 counts. Exhale for 6 counts. And imagine your DNA glowing like a living library inside you. Then recall your morning directive and speak a shortened version. I am aligned with the codes of health and order. Add one situational decree tailored to your day. Focus is sharp, energy is steady, or peace governs my body. This practice interrupts the momentum of stress and brings your biology back under law. By repeating it daily, you show your subconscious that authority does not end in the morning. It continues throughout the day. Evening sealing is perhaps the most important practice of all. Before sleep, lie down, place a hand over your chest, and breathe slowly. Imagine your DNA unwinding, like scrolls of light absorbing every instruction you give. Then, speak your nocturnal command. During the night, every strand of my DNA receives the decree of perfect repair. I awaken, renewed, strengthened, and whole. Repeat this 12 times gently, as though singing your body to sleep. Visualize golden light moving through your blood, touching every organ, washing through every cell. Feel gratitude as though the healing has already occurred. As you drift into sleep, trust that your subconscious will continue the work all night long. To deepen the sequence, dedicate each week of the 21 days to a specific theme. Week 1 is for cleansing. Speak directives that release old patterns. My DNA releases the memory of fear. My cells let go of limitation. Visualize debris falling away, leaving strands of light clearer and cleaner each day. Week 2 is for activation. Declare new codes. My DNA awakens strength, peace, and vitality. My cells remember resilience. See scrolls of instruction being opened, new chapters being read for the first time. Week 3 is for integration. Command stability. My DNA locks in order. My biology aligns permanently with harmony. Imagine the codes fusing into place, steady and unshakable. Throughout the sequence, anchor your directives in action. As you drink water, whisper, every cell receives hydration and renewal. As you walk, say, strength multiplies in every step. As you eat, declare, this food activates vitality in my DNA. These anchors ensure the directives do not remain isolated rituals, but weave into ordinary life. The subconscious thrives on association. Tie your words to actions, and the body will remember them more easily. Tracking progress is vital. Keep a journal during the 21 days. Each evening, note any changes in energy, sleep, mood, or symptoms. Record even the smallest improvements. Over time, these notes form evidence that the directives are working. When doubt arises, and it will, you will have proof on paper that your biology is shifting. This strengthens faith, which in turn deepens the power of the sequence. You may experience resistance during the 21 days. Old symptoms may flare, fatigue may rise, or doubts may whisper that nothing is changing. This is normal. The subconscious is testing whether the new directives are permanent or temporary. Do not retreat. Continue the practice with calm authority. Each repetition tells your body, This is not a passing wish. This is law. In time, the resistance fades and the new pattern takes root. By the end of the 21 days, you may notice subtle but undeniable changes. Sleep deeper, energy steadier, digestion smoother, mood lighter. These are the first fruits of activation. Continue the sequence if you wish, cycling through new themes each month: strength, clarity, resilience, peace. Each cycle ingrains new instructions until your DNA library is operating from chapters that once lay dormant. The 21-day genetic activation sequence is not about superstition or luck. It is about law, rhythm, and repetition. You are training your subconscious and your biology to live under new directives. With each day of practice, the loop of image, emotion, and instruction grows stronger, and the old patterns weaken. In 3 weeks, you give your DNA permission to turn pages that had remained closed for generations. You open the hidden library within you and begin to read aloud chapters of vitality you were always meant to live. Your body is not a machine made of silent parts. It is a choir of instruments, each one tuned to a particular frequency, each one awaiting direction. The heart does not beat only with blood, it beats with tone. The liver does not simply filter toxins, it hums with a vibration of order or disorder. The lungs do not merely move air, they resonate like flutes in a grand orchestra. To understand healing, you must see your body as a vibrational map, a living landscape where every organ listens to the sound of your words, your emotions, and your inner music. Science already affirms what ancient mystics proclaimed: every cell vibrates. Molecules move atoms, oscillate DNA coils, and uncoils with rhythmic precision. This is not metaphor, it is physics. You are vibration embodied. And because vibration is responsive to sound and thought, your inner environment can either resonate in harmony or sink into dissonance. When harmony reigns, energy flows freely, systems cooperate, and health blossoms. When dissonance dominates, communication breaks down, stagnation occurs, and illness appears. The heart is often called the conductor of this orchestra. Its rhythm sets the tone for the nervous system, influencing brain waves, hormone release, and even the behavior of immune cells. When the heart beats in coherence, slow, steady, and calm, the entire body follows suit. When it races in fear or contracts in stress, organs lose their rhythm and fall out of tune. This is why ancient traditions gave the heart such spiritual primacy. As the heart vibrates, so vibrates the whole being. Speaking words of love and peace is not sentimental, it is physiological tuning. The liver, too, has its own song. In many cultures, it has been associated with courage, clarity, and purification. Its vibration is deep, steady grounding. When anger or bitterness is allowed to linger, the liver becomes strained, and its song grows heavy. When forgiveness and peace are spoken into the body, the liver lightens, and its function improves. To whisper liver, you process with ease. You are clear and calm, is to retune an instrument that has carried too much noise. The lungs are the flutes of the body. They play with air, drawing in oxygen and releasing waste. Their vibration is linked with openness, freedom, and grief. People who carry unresolved sorrow often feel tightness in the chest. Their flutes are muted. But when you breathe deeply, while declaring, "My lungs are open, my breath flows freely, I receive life with ease," you polish the instrument, the resonance returns, and with it comes vitality. The kidneys, paired like drums, regulate balance and rhythm in the body's fluids. They vibrate with themes of fear and trust. When fear dominates, the kidneys are taxed, holding tension and storing stress. When trust is spoken into the system, their rhythm steadies. A simple directive, such as kidneys, "You are safe, you flow with balance," and peace can restore harmony to their beat. Even the skin, often thought of as a mere covering, is an instrument. It vibrates with themes of boundary and expression. When you speak harshly about yourself, "I hate my skin, I look terrible," the instrument recoils. But when you bless it, "Skin, you radiate light, you protect me with grace," its glow returns. The skin listens to your words more than to any lotion or cream. The vibrational map extends to every part of you, the thyroid as a bell, regulating tempo, the stomach as a drum of assimilation, the brain as a harp resonating with thought. Each responds to tone, to decree, to vibration. This is why chanting, singing, and prayer have always been central to healing practices. They retune the instruments. They bring coherence where there was noise. The pain many carry is not simply from broken parts but from instruments long out of tune. A person who constantly curses their joints with, "These knees are shot," is not just describing pain, they are lowering the frequency of that instrument. Over time, the knee complies with the expectation. But the opposite is also true. A person who blesses their joints daily, "Knees, you are stable, strong, and flexible," sends a tuning fork into the vibration, and slowly order is restored. To map your body vibrationally, begin with listening. Sit quietly, place attention on different organs, and notice what emotion arises. Does the heart feel anxious or steady? Do the lungs feel open or constricted? Do the kidneys feel heavy or light? This practice is not imagination. It is awareness. Your organs are speaking not in words, but in resonance. Once you have listened, speak back. Declare the opposite of dissonance. Where there is fear, speak safety. Where there is grief, speak openness. Where there is anger, speak peace. You are the conductor, and the instruments are waiting for your cue. Consistency is key. One blessing is like striking a note. Daily blessings are like learning a song. The body responds more deeply when rhythm is established. Choose 3 organs each week and speak to them morning and night. Imagine tuning forks of light, striking them, returning them to pitch. Combine sound with breath, emotion with decree, and the map of your body begins to glow with harmony. Your biology is not deaf. Every system is listening for instruction. Every organ vibrates according to the music you provide. If you have been singing dissonance, the pain you feel is not betrayal, but obedience. The body has been loyal to the song you gave it. Now, it is time to change the music. Speak with clarity, sing with gratitude, decree with authority. The map will retune, the choir will respond, and you will discover that health is less about fixing broken machines and more about conducting an orchestra back into harmony. Every organ carries its own vibration, and every vibration responds to language. Just as a tuning fork causes a piano string to resonate at the same pitch, words and sounds spoken with intention cause organs to align with their natural harmony. When your speech is consistent, rhythmic, and filled with authority, it becomes a mantra, a repeated phrase that tunes the body. These organic mantras are not random affirmations. They are precise frequencies designed to restore the natural song of each system. The heart, as the conductor, thrives on the mantra of coherence. Its essential language is peace. When you repeat heart, you beat in calm rhythm. You are safe, you are strong, you invite coherence into your whole system. This is more than soothing words. Studies show that when the heart enters rhythmic balance, brainwaves stabilize, hormones regulate, and immunity strengthens. Speaking peace into the heart is like giving the orchestra its tempo. Without it, the other instruments play out of time. With it, the body falls into sync. The liver responds to mantras of clarity and forgiveness. It is the great filter, the organ, that decides what to keep and what to release. When anger or resentment builds, its vibration thickens, slowing its function. The mantra liver you release with ease, you process with clarity, you live in peace, helps restore its rhythm. As you repeat it, imagine heavy waters clearing a river, running freely again. Forgiveness is not only emotional medicine, it is biochemical. When you forgive, your liver lightens and the body follows. The lungs answer to freedom. Their mantras are expansive, opening, releasing. When grief lingers, breath tightens, and the instrument dulls. Speaking the mantra, lungs you open with freedom. You receive life. You release with ease, is like polishing the flute. Accompany the words with slow, deliberate breathing, and the mantra doubles in power. With every inhale, say silently, I receive life. With every exhale, I release freely. Soon, the body learns again what it means to breathe, as if each moment is safe. The kidneys resonate with trust. They regulate balance, rhythm, and stability. Fear burdens them, causing strain and fatigue. Their organic mantra must remind them of safety. Kidneys, you are safe, you are balanced, you flow in peace. Speak this while drinking water, feeling the liquid wash through you. Let the sound of your voice become the sound of flowing rivers. Over time, the kidneys recognize the vibration and settle back into steady rhythm. The thyroid is a bell of tempo and expression. It governs metabolism, energy, and voice. When silenced by self-doubt or overdriven by anxiety, its frequency falters. The mantra thyroid you sing in freedom you keep, perfect tempo you shine with balance, restores its resonance. Speak this aloud with confidence as though ringing a bell. Feel the vibration in your throat. Your body begins to trust its own voice again, and energy steadies. The stomach and intestines resonate with assimilation and acceptance. When life feels overwhelming, digestion often mirrors that struggle. Mantras for these organs must remind them of ease. Stomach, you digest in peace. Intestines, you absorb with grace. My whole system flows in harmony. Pair these words with gratitude at meals. Thank the organs before eating, and watch as the body begins to respond. Digestion is not only chemical, it is vibrational. A calm mantra can ease what even the cleanest food cannot. The skin, our outer instrument, thrives on blessing. Too often it is cursed with criticism. I hate my skin. I look terrible. Such words become mantras of destruction. Reverse them deliberately. Skin, you radiate light. You protect me with grace. You glow with health. Whisper this while applying lotion or feeling sunlight on your face. The skin is loyal. When it is blessed, it responds with glow. Mantras work because they combine repetition, rhythm, and vibration. But they work best when paired with imagery and emotion. As you speak to your heart, see it beating steadily in coherence. As you bless your liver, imagine it filtering with ease, clear waters flowing through. As you speak to your lungs, feel the gratitude of full breath. Words without emotion are hollow. Words with gratitude are alive. Gratitude acts like an amplifier, sending the mantra deeper into the subconscious and into the vibrational field of the body. To practice organic mantras, systematically choose 3 organs each week. In the morning, greet them by name and speak their mantra aloud 3 times. At night, place your hands over them and whisper the mantra again before sleep. In 21 days, you will have tuned 9 major systems. Repeat the cycle as often as needed, or linger on one organ for longer if it calls for attention. Over time, the body becomes accustomed to hearing its song and begins to self-correct more quickly. Skeptics may dismiss mantras as superstition, yet science recognizes that cells are sensitive to vibration. Ultrasound waves stimulate tissue repair. Music therapy reduces stress and alters heart rate. If external vibrations can affect biology, how much more the vibrations produced by your own voice, spoken directly into the body with intention. The difference is not whether mantras work, but whether you are using them consciously, unconsciously. If you curse your body daily, you are already practicing destructive mantras. The invitation is to reverse the song. Your organs are not passive machinery. They are living instruments waiting for guidance. Each responds to tone, to blessing, to rhythm. When you repeat organic mantras with consistency, you become the conductor, restoring harmony to the orchestra. Soon, you will notice the music shifting, digestion, softening breath, deepening heartbeat, calming skin glowing. This is not coincidence. It is the choir of your body learning once again to sing in tune. Understanding the vibrational language of your organs is powerful, but knowledge alone does not retune the body. You need practice, a simple, repeatable method that you can carry out each day. The beauty of tuning is that it does not require hours of chanting expensive tools or elaborate rituals. With just 10 minutes, you can bring your organs into harmony. This daily practice becomes a bridge between intention and embodiment, allowing your body to receive instruction consistently until it naturally begins to hold the tune. Begin by preparing your space. Sit or lie comfortably, free from distraction. Place your feet on the ground if seated, or rest your back evenly if lying down. Close your eyes and take 3 slow breaths, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Imagine that each breath is clearing static from your inner radio, making it easier for your organs to hear your voice. Step 1 is to tune the heart, the conductor. Place your right hand on your chest, feel the rhythm beneath your palm, and whisper, "Heart you beat," in calm rhythm. You are safe. You are strong. Repeat this 3 times slowly, with steady breath. As you speak, picture your heart glowing with golden light, pulsing rhythmically, radiating coherence through your bloodstream. Feel gratitude for its constant service. This sets the tempo for the entire body. Step 2 is to tune the lungs. Move your hands to your rib cage and take a deep breath. As you inhale, say inwardly, "I receive life." As you exhale, whisper, "I release freely." Repeat this for 3 cycles, then declare aloud, "Lungs you open with freedom. You breathe with ease." Imagine your lungs as great wings expanding and contracting, drawing in clarity and releasing heaviness. Feel the relief of breath as a sign that grief loosens and freedom returns. Step 3 is to tune the liver. Place your right hand gently over your right side, just below the ribs. Close your eyes and say, "Liver, you release with ease. You process with clarity. You live in peace." Speak it 3 times. Visualize a river flowing freely, carrying away what no longer serves you. As you hold the image, allow any lingering resentment or anger to dissolve. Feel lightness as if your inner waters are clear and calm. Step 4 is to tune the kidneys. Place both hands on your lower back where the kidneys rest. Whisper, "Kidneys, you are safe. You are balanced. You flow in peace." Repeat this 3 times. As you speak, imagine 2 steady drums beating in rhythm, strong and secure. Let your words reassure these organs that fear no longer rules. Feel the safety rising from your back into your entire body, stabilizing you. Step 5 is to tune the stomach and intestines. Place both hands over your abdomen. Speak, "Stomach, you digest in peace. Intestines, you absorb with grace. My whole system flows in harmony." Repeat 3 times. Visualize warm light moving through your digestive tract, breaking down food with ease, distributing energy smoothly. As you speak, allow your belly to soften tension, releasing. Feel gratitude for the nourishment and processing that occur every day without your conscious effort. Step 6 is to tune the thyroid. Touch your throat lightly with your fingertips. Say aloud, "Thyroid, you sing in freedom. You keep perfect tempo. You shine with balance." Repeat 3 times. As you speak, imagine a clear bell ringing in your throat, steady and resonant. Feel the sound of your own voice vibrating through your body, reestablishing rhythm and restoring confidence in expression. Finally, step 7 is to tune the skin. Rest your hands gently on any part of your body, arms, face, legs, and declare, "Skin, you radiate light. You protect me with grace. You glow with health." Repeat 3 times. Visualize your entire body surrounded by a gentle, luminous field glowing as if kissed by sunlight. Feel gratitude for the way your skin shields and expresses you. Let this glow seal the practice like a protective aura. The practice ends with integration. Place your hands in your lap or on your chest, breathe deeply 3 times and whisper, "My whole body sings in harmony. Every organ hears and obeys the law of life." Sit in silence for a moment, sensing the resonance throughout your body. Notice subtle shifts, calm in the heart, ease in the breath, warmth in the belly, stability in the back. These sensations are signs that the organs have received your instruction. The key to this practice is rhythm and consistency. 10 minutes each day may seem small, but small deposits compound into profound transformation. Each repetition strengthens the vibrational pattern, making it easier for your body to self-correct. If you miss a day, return without guilt. The body does not require perfection, only persistence. Over weeks, you may notice tangible changes: steadier breath, improved digestion, calmer moods, even clearer skin. These are the fruit of tuning. They prove that your organs are not passive machinery but responsive instruments. They thrive when spoken to with love, authority, and precision. Skeptics may ask how such simple words could affect biology. The answer lies in vibration. Your voice is not only sound but energy. Every syllable carries frequency. Your organs made of vibrating cells respond to that frequency. Just as a singer can shatter glass with the right pitch, you can retune your body with the right words. This is not fantasy. It is physics applied with faith. 10 minutes a day may be the most important appointment you keep. In that brief window, you become conductor, healer, and governor of your inner world. You remind your body that it is not abandoned, not cursed, not broken. It is a loyal choir waiting for direction. Speak to it daily. Sing its mantras. Retune its instruments. Soon the music of harmony will become the soundtrack of your life. Every thought you think, every word you speak, every image you hold reverberates through your body not only as energy, but as chemistry. Hormones are the language of the endocrine system, and they translate your inner atmosphere into physical reality. Joy, fear, gratitude, and despair are not abstract moods. They are chemical messages, carried in blood, received by organs, and obeyed by cells. This is why belief is not just spiritual, it is physiological. Faith is not merely comfort for the mind, it is medicine for the body. The placebo effect, often dismissed as a nuisance in clinical studies, reveals the profound truth that belief itself can alter biology. A patient given a sugar pill, but told it is a powerful drug, may experience pain relief, lowered blood pressure, or even measurable tissue healing. The body is not deceived, it is obeying the chemistry of expectation. Faith triggers cascades of endorphins, dopamine, serotonin, and immune modulators. The so-called placebo is not a trick. It is evidence that belief changes hormones and hormones change health. The opposite is also true. When someone expects decline, pain, or failure, the body releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, preparing for danger that never arrives. Over time, these chemicals weaken immunity, strain the heart, and slow digestion. This is the nocebo effect, the dark mirror of placebo. Where faith in healing triggers repair, fear of sickness accelerates decline. Both prove the same law. The body is governed by belief, translated into chemistry. Your endocrine system is the choir that sings your beliefs into form. The pituitary gland in the brain is the conductor, releasing signals that regulate the rest. The pineal gland, often called the seat of spirit, influences circadian rhythms and sleep, its hormones affected by light and imagination. The thyroid in the throat governs tempo, metabolism, and energy. The adrenal glands above the kidneys flood the body with stress hormones when you feel unsafe, or with resilience when you feel secure. The pancreas balances energy through insulin and glucagon, while the ovaries or testes regulate reproduction and vitality. Each gland listens to the emotions you generate, translating them into chemical symphonies that either heal or harm. The heart's coherence influences this choir more than we realize. When you practice gratitude, compassion, or trust, the heart's rhythm becomes smooth and coherent, sending signals to the brain that trigger the release of balancing hormones. This state reduces cortisol, raises DHEA, and strengthens immune response. In contrast, when you dwell in anger, anxiety, or despair, the heart's rhythm becomes jagged, signaling chaos to the brain, which then floods the system with stress chemistry. Belief does not float in the mind, it lands in the glands. Consider how prayer fits this picture. A prayer of desperation, "Please heal me, I am afraid," often reinforces stress chemistry because the underlying emotion is fear. But a prayer of authority, "I am healed, I am whole, I live in harmony," carries faith, producing a different chemical signal. Gratitude-based prayer is especially potent. When you pray with thanks, as though the outcome is already accomplished, your body responds as if it were true. Neurotransmitters release inflammation, lowers healing pathways, activate. Faith changes chemistry. This truth explains why rituals, affirmations, and meditations matter. They are not empty practices, they are methods of endocrine modulation. Each time you declare with authority, visualize with gratitude, or breathe in peace, you shift the balance of hormones in your bloodstream. Over days and weeks, this creates measurable change. Sleep improves digestion, calms mood, stabilizes, immunity strengthens. What began as belief becomes biology. The pain point for many is inconsistency. They practice faith one day, fear the next. They speak blessing in the morning but curse themselves in the afternoon. The endocrine system responds immediately to whichever voice is louder. If fear speaks more often, stress chemistry dominates. If faith is steady, healing chemistry stabilizes. The body is not biased. It simply obeys the most consistent signal. This is why discipline matters not as punishment, but as protection. Regular practice of faith creates regular chemistry, and regular chemistry creates stable health. Skeptics argue that belief cannot heal serious disease. But research on placebo shows that even measurable conditions like ulcers, healing tumors, shrinking, or immune counts rising can change when faith is strong. While not every illness vanishes instantly, every illness responds to chemistry, and chemistry responds to belief. You may not control every circumstance, but you can influence the inner environment in which healing takes place. Faith tips the balance toward repair. To apply this, practically create small daily rituals of endocrine harmony. Each morning speak 3 decrees aloud with gratitude, 1 for peace, 1 for strength, 1 for vitality. For example, peace governs my heart. Strength flows through my body. Vitality multiplies in every cell. As you speak, feel gratitude as though each is already true. At midday, pause for 2 minutes to breathe, slowly, and whisper, "My body lives in balance." At night, seal the day by declaring, "During my rest, every hormone aligns with harmony." These practices are simple, but they create consistent chemistry. The endocrine system listens to rhythm more than intensity. One loud prayer of desperation may move you emotionally, but daily calm decrees reshape biology. Think of your glands as musicians learning a score. If you only practice once in a while, the song is chaotic. But if you practice every day, even briefly, the music becomes smooth. Your body begins to play the melody of health without conscious effort. Faith is not wishful thinking. It is chemistry. Belief is not vague spirituality. It is endocrine instruction. When you choose to dwell in gratitude, declare authority, and imagine healing, you are not pretending. You are programming. The placebo effect is not a trick. It is the evidence that belief is biology in action. Align your faith with authority, and the choir of your glands will sing you back into harmony. The glands of your endocrine system form a living choir. Each has its own pitch, its own rhythm, its own language. Together they sing the chemistry of your beliefs into your bloodstream. If one voice falters, the harmony shifts. If all voices align, the song of health rises through your body like sacred music. To command this choir, you must first understand how each gland listens and responds. The pineal gland, nestled deep in the brain, is often called the seat of spirit. It regulates circadian rhythm, melatonin production, and the cycles of sleep and wakefulness. But more than that, it vibrates with vision. When you imagine light, when you see your future self healed, when you meditate on divine order, the pineal awakens. Its secretion of melatonin not only regulates sleep, but enhances immunity and protects against stress. A mantra for the pineal is, "Pineal, you shine with light. You open my inner vision. You guide me in peace." Speaking this before sleep instructs your body to rest deeply and repair faithfully. The pituitary gland, the small but mighty conductor beneath the brain, directs the entire endocrine system. It releases signals that instruct thyroid, adrenals, and reproductive glands. The pituitary thrives on clarity. When you declare, "I am centered, I am balanced, I am aligned," the pituitary orchestrates harmony across the system. If you live in confusion, chaos, or indecision, the pituitary falters and the choir loses its timing. A clear mind and steady words tune the pituitary to precision. The thyroid, resting at the throat, is a bell that keeps tempo for the body. It governs metabolism, energy, and the speed of processes. Too fast, and anxiety floods the system. Too slow, and lethargy drags every cell. The thyroid listens most to words of expression. If you silence yourself out of fear or self-doubt, the thyroid dulls. If you speak with authority and truth, the thyroid rings strong. A mantra for this gland is, "Thyroid, you sing freely. You keep perfect tempo. You shine in balance." Whisper this daily, as though ringing a sacred bell within your throat. The thymus, though often overlooked, is a choir's alto voice, steady and supportive. Located near the heart, it trains immune cells and influences resilience. When love and compassion flow, the thymus vibrates strongly, sending signals of trust to the immune system. When despair or bitterness dominates, it weakens. You can strengthen it with a simple practice. Tap lightly on the chest above the thymus while saying, "Thymus, you radiate strength. You guard my body in love." The tapping adds vibration, reminding the gland of its role. The pancreas, lying behind the stomach, balances the choir's energy by regulating blood sugar. Its song is about balance between giving and receiving, action and rest. When life feels overwhelming, the pancreas is burdened. Speak to it with kindness. "Pancreas, you balance with ease. You regulate my energy with wisdom." Imagine a steady river flowing through you, neither flooding nor drying, but maintaining perfect equilibrium. The adrenal glands perched above the kidneys like small caps are the percussion section. They beat fast in danger, flooding the body with adrenaline and cortisol, preparing for fight or flight. In real emergencies, this saves your life. But when fear and stress become constant, the adrenals pound relentlessly, leaving the body exhausted. The mantra for adrenals is, "Adrenals, you beat in rhythm. You release strength when needed. You rest in peace when the danger is gone." Speak this while exhaling, slowly retraining them to respond to actual threats rather than imagined ones. The ovaries or testes form the base of the choir. They regulate reproduction, vitality, and creativity. Their vibration resonates with themes of creation and continuation. When burdened with shame, fear, or suppression, their pitch dulls. When honored with joy, creativity, and gratitude, they resonate with vitality. To the ovaries say, "You create with freedom. You flow with balance. You radiate life." To the testes declare, "You generate strength. You flow with balance. You radiate life." These organs respond not only to biology but to dignity. Bless them with respect, and the entire choir deepens its harmony. The body's endocrine choir is not random chemistry, it is a symphony responding to the conductor of your belief. When fear leads, cortisol dominates, and the choir sings a song of exhaustion. When faith leads, dopamine, serotonin, melatonin, and oxytocin harmonize, and the choir sings a song of vitality. The difference is not in the glands themselves, but in the instructions they are given. To work with this choir, establish a daily rehearsal. Each morning, place your hands on one gland and speak its mantra. Rotate through the glands across the week until each has received attention. In 10 minutes, you will have rehearsed your inner choir. Over time, the glands begin to anticipate the daily practice, aligning more quickly and easily. Belief is not just thought, it is chemistry. Your glands are instruments that play whatever score you hand them. If the score is filled with fear, the music is discord. If the score is filled with faith, the music is harmony. Placebo is simply the choir responding to the music of belief. You can conduct it consciously, teaching your pineal, pituitary, thyroid, thymus, pancreas, adrenals, and reproductive glands to sing the song of health. You are the conductor. Speak with clarity, direct with authority, believe with gratitude. When you do, the endocrine choir obeys, and your body begins to perform the masterpiece it was always designed to play. The endocrine system does not merely respond to language, it responds to rhythm. Just as a drum beat energizes dancers or a chant unites a crowd, rhythm amplifies the effect of your words on your glands. Spoken once, a phrase may pass like a flicker of lightning. Spoken rhythmically, it becomes thunder that shakes the whole system. Affirmations spoken with rhythm are high-voltage commands, powerful, penetrating, unforgettable to the subconscious, and irresistible to the body. Why rhythm? Because your glands already operate on cycles and pulses. The pineal follows the rhythm of day and night. The pituitary releases hormones in pulses, not streams. The thyroid regulates the tempo of metabolism. The adrenals surge in response to crisis, then calm. The ovaries and testes follow monthly or seasonal rhythms. When you add rhythm to your speech, you are aligning with the natural language of your glands. You are speaking to them in their own tongue. Consider the difference between saying "I am strong" once in a monotone and chanting "I am strong, I am strong, I am strong" in steady rhythm with your breath or steps. The first may be heard faintly by your mind. The second is drilled into your nervous system, echoed in your heartbeat, reinforced in your endocrine chemistry. Repetition with rhythm creates entrainment. The body synchronizes with the beat and hormones follow suit. High-voltage affirmations require 3 ingredients: clarity of phrase, rhythm of delivery, and emotion of conviction. The phrase must be short, specific, and positive. Long sentences confuse the subconscious. Simple commands endure. I am calm, I am strong, I am whole. Each phrase should feel like a law, not a plea. The rhythm must be steady, either timed with breath steps or a beat tapped with hand or foot. The emotion must be sincere. Whispering without belief is empty. Speaking with authority, gratitude, and certainty charges the words with electricity. To practice, begin with the heart. Place your hand on your chest and tap gently in rhythm. Inhale, and as you exhale, say, "My heart beats calm, my heart beats strong." Repeat in a steady tempo 3 or 4 times. Feel your breath, words, and heartbeat aligning. Notice how the rhythm quiets the mind and engages the body. This is not empty repetition. It is synchronization of speech, breath, and physiology. Next, move to the adrenals. Stand with feet firm, bend your knees slightly, and speak in rhythm with your breath. I am safe, I am steady, I am strong. With each phrase, imagine the percussion of your adrenals softening, shifting from panic to order. Repeat until your body feels grounded. Rhythm transforms fear into trust. For the thyroid, speak in a clear, ringing tone as though striking a bell. Try I shine with balance. I speak with freedom. I live in truth. Repeat each phrase 3 times, steady, strong, resonant. Feel the vibration in your throat. Imagine your thyroid ringing with clarity, resetting the tempo of your whole system. For the pineal, affirmations work best in silence paired with breath. Sit in stillness, inhale slowly, and whisper, I see with light. I rest in peace. I wake in clarity. Repeat in rhythm with your inhale and exhale. Each phrase becomes a lullaby to the pineal, tuning your circadian rhythm and calming the nervous system. High-voltage affirmations can also be practiced dynamically. Walk with steady steps, and with each step, declare, I am strong. Walk faster, and chant, I am alive. This combines movement, breath, and rhythm, amplifying the effect. The endocrine system responds to physical rhythm as much as verbal rhythm. By combining both, you supercharge the message. Emotion is the amplifier. Without gratitude or conviction, the rhythm remains mechanical. Feel the truth of your affirmation as though it is already established. Gratitude is especially potent because it signals to your glands that the command is complete. Say, I thank my body for strength. I thank my cells for harmony. I thank my glands for balance. Gratitude releases oxytocin and serotonin, soothing stress and enhancing immunity. The affirmation is sealed not only by rhythm, but by joy. Over time, high-voltage affirmations train your glands to respond more quickly. At first, you may need minutes of chanting before you feel a shift. With practice, a single rhythmic phrase can calm your adrenals, energize your thyroid, or soothe your heart. The glands begin to recognize the pattern and obey immediately. This is why soldiers march, why worshipers chant, why athletes pump themselves up with rhythmic words, rhythm programs, the body faster than random speech. The pain point many face is inconsistency. They try affirmations once or twice, feel silly, and quit. But silliness fades with repetition, and results appear with persistence. The subconscious needs rehearsal. The glands need practice. The rhythm must be repeated until it becomes natural. When it does, affirmations stop feeling like effort and start feeling like breathing. You can design your own high-voltage affirmations. Choose one gland each week, craft a 3-word directive, and practice it daily in rhythm. For example, for the pancreas, I balance energy. For the ovaries, I radiate life. For the pituitary, I govern harmony. Speak in tempo 3 to 5 minutes morning and night. Rotate through the glands until the entire endocrine choir has been trained. Affirmations spoken once are like sparks. Affirmations spoken with rhythm are like lightning storms. They charge the atmosphere of your body, imprint the subconscious, and command the glands to align. This is the true science of faith, not vague wishing, but rhythmic decree. You are not begging your body to change. You are conducting it drumbeat by drumbeat, word by word, until harmony becomes its default song. The way you begin your morning sets the course of your entire day. Before the world can hand you its noise, before technology floods you with information, before stress demands your attention, you have the sacred opportunity to ignite your biology with order. This is the practice of morning ignition. It is not about rushing or forcing yourself into performance. It is about aligning breath, word, and vision so that your cells begin the day already tuned to harmony. Most people wake up in reaction. They grab their phone, check messages, scroll headlines, or relive yesterday's stress. Their heart races before they even leave bed. Cortisol surges and the day begins on the wrong frequency. By mid-morning, they wonder why they feel drained or anxious. But this is not fate. It is the predictable outcome of beginning the day without ignition. When you take 10 deliberate minutes to breathe, affirm, and visualize, you step into the role of conductor before chaos has a chance to claim the baton. Morning ignition has 3 components: breath, affirmation, and visualization. Together, they form a triad that awakens the nervous system, imprints the subconscious, and instructs the body's chemistry. Breath is the rhythm that quiets the storm. Affirmation is the decree that sets the law. Visualization is the picture that gives the body a blueprint. Practiced together, they create a force strong enough to reshape your day from the inside out. Begin with breath. Sit upright in bed or in a chair, feet grounded, spine straight but relaxed. Close your eyes and take 3 slow inhalations through the nose, holding each for 4 counts, then exhaling through the mouth for 6. This alone signals to the nervous system that the night is over and safety has arrived. With each exhale, imagine releasing the residue of dreams, tension, or worry. With each inhale, imagine drawing in pure light. After a few cycles, you will notice your heartbeat steadying, your mind softening, and your body beginning to obey. Next comes affirmation. While still breathing steadily, place one hand on your chest and one on your abdomen. Speak aloud a master decree. For example, every cell in my body awakens in harmony. I am filled with strength, peace, and clarity. Speak slowly, not as if begging, but as if commanding. Let your voice vibrate through your chest so your body hears the authority. Repeat the decree 3 times. Then add a specific affirmation for a system you want to support that day. If you are preparing for physical exertion, say, "My muscles are strong and efficient." If you are facing mental tasks, say, "My mind is sharp and focused." If you are seeking peace, say, "My heart beats in calm rhythm." By naming a system, you direct energy precisely where it is needed. Now, move into visualization. Close your eyes and see yourself moving through the day with vitality. Picture yourself walking with confidence, speaking with clarity, handling challenges with calm strength. Make the vision vivid. See the colors of the world around you. Hear your own steady voice. Feel the ease in your muscles and the clarity in your mind. Imagine the gratitude of finishing the day knowing you thrived. Your subconscious accepts these images as instruction, and your body begins to align with them immediately. The power of visualization is magnified by emotion. Do not merely see the picture, feel it. Feel the gratitude of health, the joy of clarity, the peace of confidence. Let your heart swell with these emotions as though they are already real. The emotion becomes chemistry, dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, shaping your hormones before the day even begins. In this state, your endocrine system is already working for you, not against you. The entire practice takes less than 10 minutes. 3 minutes of breath, 3 minutes of affirmation, 3 minutes of visualization. Yet those minutes carry more weight than hours spent reacting to stress. They charge your cells, stabilize your nervous system, and plant directives into your DNA. They create a field of authority that follows you into every encounter of the day. The pain point for many is consistency. They practice for 2 or 3 mornings, then slip back into old habits. But the body learns through rhythm. Missing one day is not failure. It is an opportunity to return with stronger resolve. Commit to 21 mornings of ignition, and you will notice the shift: energy steadier, focus sharper, mood lighter, illness less intrusive. The changes may begin subtle but will grow undeniable. To strengthen the practice, anchor it with ritual. Light a candle before you begin, so the flame signals your subconscious that ignition is beginning. Use the same chair or corner daily, so the space itself becomes charged with authority. Play soft, instrumental music to create atmosphere. These cues train your mind to enter the state quickly. Morning ignition is not about perfection. Some days you will feel resistance. Some days your mind will wander. Some days the affirmations will feel hollow. Continue anyway. The body does not demand flawless effort, it responds to persistence. Even on mornings when you feel no shift, the practice still imprints itself. Over time, the imprint deepens and the body learns to tune itself as soon as you begin. This is the liturgy of renewal. Each morning you step into the role of governor of your body, conductor of your glands, architect of your day. Breath settles the rhythm. Affirmation declares the law. Visualization provides the blueprint. Together, they ignite the entire system with harmony before the world can impose chaos. Your body is waiting for leadership every morning. Without it, it drifts into the old songs of fear and fatigue. With it, it rises into the new song of strength and clarity. 10 minutes is enough to change the forecast of your entire day. Begin each morning with ignition, and you will discover that order is not random. It is a choice made at dawn, sealed with breath, spoken with decree, and pictured with faith. The moments before sleep are among the most sacred of the entire day. As your body prepares to cross the threshold into rest, the conscious mind grows quiet, the critical voice softens, and the subconscious opens wide. This state, neither fully awake nor fully asleep, is called the hypnagogic gate. It is the doorway where thought becomes programming, where words drop directly into the workshop of the subconscious, where your last declarations are carried like instructions into the night. What you say and picture in this gate determines how your cells will labor while you rest. Too often people squander this window. They fall asleep scrolling through their phone, watching stressful news, or replaying the failures of the day. Their final words are curses: "I'm so tired, tomorrow will be awful, I'll never heal." These sentences are carried into the night like sealed letters. The subconscious reads them faithfully, and the body spends hours aligning with them.